Hey guys, it's Ashley from Bookaholics Anonymous. Woo. And this is another book talk, and of course, it is going to be for Wonder by R.J. Palacio. Did I said that right? I'm not really sure. So this is a middle grade book. I usually don't read a whole lot of them, but I picked this one out actually for the booktubeathon that happened a week or two ago, and also it was my book for watching the adaptation of the movie as well, which I did, and I will say that there were definitely different things about the movie and the book, stuff the movie left out, but that happens. We all know that happens. But but I really enjoyed the movie. Like, I've already watched it like a couple of times now, and I think it's just the sweetest thing. I don't know. But if you don't know what the story is about, it's basically about this kid named Augie who was born with a facial difference, and he up until, I think, was it like the 5th grade, I think? Yeah, 5th grade. He's been homeschooled by his mom. So, and then his mom and dad decide that they want to send him to a public private school, whatever. And that's pretty much where the story kind of starts off, I think. And they're trying to convince him that it would be a good idea to go to this new school. So during the summer, they take him, and they have 3 kids that kind of show him around the school and stuff, and it's just like, I'm not really sure how to explain, this book is so much, it's so much, and I think people can definitely learn from reading it or even watching the movie, because there's bullying in it, there's a lot of lessons in there, I believe, and it's just it's a sweet book, and Augie's he's a normal sweet kid who just happens to be, somewhat different, and people look at him and think, that, like, the running joke in his school when he goes is that if you touch him, you're gonna get the plague. That is just that kind of broke my heart, because like a couple of books that I've read and stuff or whatever, this one, in a way, it reminds me of my husband, and it reminds me of the stuff that he's told me, how he feels about himself. And when I watched the movie and he watched it with me, I can only imagine what he was thinking, because he was born with a rare skin disorder, and so I know he's told me that, people will look at him funny or look at him different and don't want to touch him and all this other stuff, and it breaks my heart, because he's amazing. He all the stuff that he's gone through in his life that he's told me about, or that I've seen being married to him now, and it's just, I know he's this amazing person, and I know he is getting through this, is going through this. It hurts to see it. And reading this book kind of brought back that kind of memories and stuff, and watching the movie and seeing how kids reacted to Augie kind of showed me maybe how they might have reacted to him, and it's heartbreaking, because at some point we got to teach them that they're just like you, just a little different. I mean, they're like you, and it's just, I don't know how to explain it. Like, it's just an adorable story, and I think a lot of younger kids should definitely read it, or even my age people should read it, because I know, whatever. And Augie's just this sweet little boy, and so throughout the story, the viewpoints kind of change. It goes from Augie, I think his sister has a viewpoint, Via's friend has a viewpoint, Miranda, and then Jack Will has a viewpoint, and I think Summer also has a viewpoint, and a couple of those are his friends that he makes in the story. So, and they're kind of explaining their friendship with Augie and how it happened and what's going on with them, and just, I don't know, like, there's parts in the story that just hurt, just break my heart, and I know if they break my heart, they broke his heart. The Halloween scene, and it's just one of those stories that need to be read. But I will say that as the story continues, some of the characters do grow, and they realize that, you know, they realize what they've done, and they kind of put everything they've done kind of whatever, and just, the one character I wish would have grown was Julian, and he's one of the boys who show Augie around at the very beginning of school, and he's just this little butthead, okay? I'm just gonna say it. He's this little snobby kid who thinks he's entitled to whatever, and it probably tells it in the story too about his parents and the way they were acting. But when I was watching the movie, the way they had his parents, the way Julian's parents were portrayed, it's just like, no wonder this little kid is acting like this, because his parents are complete jerks as well. Like, you're gonna pull your kid out of school because of one other kid. You're not gonna let Augie try to have a life at a school. And I just wanted to be like, this is why your kid is acting the way he is, okay? And it's just, I don't know. Yeah, it's just, but I love Summer. I love how she just sat down at that table and just made friends, She didn't care what the other kids said. Whatever, And then Jack Will, he started off doing it for the wrong reasons, but as he grew to know Augie, I think he realized, and this is another one of those stories that have the parents and a good family dynamic. Like, the parents are awesome, even though they kind of look more towards Augie and kind of sometimes miss Via. I think they kind of start to realize that as well, that they have another child who needs them as well. And like Via said in her story, their family is kind of like the planet or whatever, or the universe, and Augie is the sun, which everyone revolves around, or something like that. I can't remember exactly the wording. And in a way, that was kind of true. Her parents always did stuff for Augie and kind of forgot about Via. And yeah, and then it hurts, but I think she understood at some level. And then as the story grows, the parents, grow as well. And it's just nice to see that mom and dad and that sister. And it's just, I loved it. It was, yes, if you haven't read this, definitely read it. It's a cute little middle grade book. And if you haven't seen the movie, I definitely recommend that too. But yeah. So if you guys have any questions, ask them below, and I will see y'all later. Bye.